What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Had some minor technical difficulties. Lightning strike took out the computer. Had to get a new computer. Lost all of my backgrounds and my borders and all that stuff. So we got to turn around and make all that kind of stuff back up. Fun with content creating. In the process, Rockfeed comes out with Dave Mustaine announces the end of Megadeth. Kind of saw this coming. Slayer's pretty much petered out. Megadeth was struggling. I mean, the whole Dave Ellefson thing didn't help the band at all. Dave Mustaine's attitude really hasn't helped the band at all. There's a lot of stuff that's come into it, and it's time. I mean, it's been 40 years of touring, 40 years of working, 40 years of creating stuff. They've got one more album to come up, and apparently that's going to be the end of it. Let's check out this Rockfeed thing, see what he's got to say, what Dave's got to say, and let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and because most of this stuff is copyrighted, if you like what we do around here, you got the thanks, we got super thanks and memberships, the best way to help out the channel. Watching these videos all the way through gets them to more and more people. We're getting some okay view numbers, but if we can get you guys to watch it all the way through, really appreciate it. Let's get into it.
Breaking news just in the Rockfeed, we have a major announcement just in regarding Megadeth from founder Dave Mustaine, who has just revealed the band will release their final album and embark on a global farewell tour. This is the end of an era, obviously, for the legendary metal band. Dave Mustaine, of course, also a...
How many bands in the past have put out their final album and their final farewell tour, only to 10 years later come back and do it again? Yeah, we'll see.
Founding member of Metallica. He departed, he started Megadeth, and the rest was history. Here is what we know about this major story in the world of heavy metal. One of the absolute pillars of thrash metal is calling it a day. Megadeth's Dave Mustaine has officially announced that the band's next album will be their last, and they're planning a massive global farewell tour to go out with a bang. This isn't a rumor, this isn't speculation. This is the final chapter for a band that's been a force in metal for over 4 decades. For fans around the
they've been a force in metal. They've been an influence to millions of people, even me included. But they've also been a thorn in the side of metal. And Dave Mustaine has definitely had his controversial times. Oh my God, yes. Megadeth was like the black sheep in the metal industry because of what happened with Metallica. Is what it is, you know, all the rumors, all the stories, you weren't there, even those that were there, their memory's 40 years old on it. So when they talk about it now, is it really like it really was then? The emotions aren't the same, the feelings aren't the same, and the guys aren't the same. Everybody's grown up, everybody's matured, everybody's gone through and done their fair share of all kinds of weird stuff. We'll see what happens.
Well, this news is a gut punch. For the entire genre, it marks the end of an era. We're looking at a member of the Big Four preparing to exit the stage for good. Now, the story here isn't just that it's ending, but how it's ending, and more importantly, why. And the answer comes directly from Dave himself. And with that announcement coming straight from Mustaine, he revealed that a new Megadeth album is coming early next year in 2026, and it will be the final studio record of his career. Alongside that final album, the band will kick off a global farewell tour next year. And as if that weren't enough, he's also...
We're old, we're sick, we're dying, we're gonna pat our pockets before we walk away. Yep, that sounds about right.
Releasing a new memoir with details on that coming soon. In a direct message to fans, Mustaine laid out his reasoning, and his words really get to the heart of this decision. He said, "There's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. I've traveled the world and have made millions upon millions of fans, and the hardest part of all of this is saying goodbye to them." He continued,
That's a very good point, because if you look at people like Tommy Araya, who's got nerve damage in his hands and he can't play, Chris Adler, the Lamb of God drummer, leg issues, can't play like he used to. I mean, it takes a toll on the body. It beats people up, And it doesn't matter how good a shape you're in. Repetitive motions over decades will wear out joints. It doesn't matter what kind of surgery you get. It's never the same as it was. And they got to retire before they pretty much put themselves in the graves, or they make a real bad embarrassment out of themselves. Do you want to go out while you're still in the top of your game? Or do you want to come back and pull an Axl Rose and sound like the dude from Family Guy? I mean, Axl Rose sounded like the old dude from Family Guy, Herbert. Embarrassed himself. Complete and utter embarrassment. When you're still able to do stuff like this, it's a lot better for you, for the mentality, and for everybody. It gives respect to the band, and it gives respect to the fans, because you're not out there making a fool of yourself.
Making it clear that this wasn't intended to be somber, but more so a celebration. He said, "We can't wait for you to hear this album and see us on tour. If there was ever a perfect time for us to put out a new album, it's now. If there was ever a perfect time to tour the world, it's now. It's also a perfect time for us to tell you that it's our last studio album." He then added this message directly to the fans. He said, "Don't be mad, don't be sad. Be happy for us all. Come celebrate with me these next few years. We've done something together that's truly wonderful and will probably never happen again." He ended with a powerful reflection on the legacy
He's not
of
wrong.
Megadeth, stating,
He's not wrong
"We
at all.
started a musical style. We started a revolution. We changed the guitar world and how it's played.
Yep.
And we changed the world. The bands I played in have influenced the world. I love you all for it. Thank you for everything." So what do we know about this final album? The band has been in the studio putting the finishing touches on it. It's set to be released on Mustaine's own label, Tradecraft. And for a sign of what's to expect sonically, they're once again working with producer.
Well, if he does it under his own label, he gets all the money. He doesn't have to worry about studios taking it all. Of course you do it under your own name. It's your farewell. It's your retirement. Had that piggy bank.
Chris Rakestraw. Rakestraw was behind the board for their last two albums, 2022's The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, and 2016's Dystopia, both really good albums, critically acclaimed. So this shows that they're really looking to continue that high-quality, aggressive sound that we've gotten from those last two records. The lineup that will be recording this final album and embarking on the farewell tour is also significant. Alongside Mustaine, you have bassist James Lomenzo and drummer Dirk Verburen, and on guitar you have the relatively new but incredibly
Dirk's
talented
so cool.
Timu
We've got some Dirk
Mansari.
videos
Timu
on
stepped
there.
in 2 years ago after Kiko Loureiro had to bow out to be with his family, and so what started as a temporary fill-in for him has become permanent, and fans have really embraced his playing and his chemistry with the band, which is strong. So they have a really good lineup. They're solid, they're stable, and they've been firing on all cylinders in recent years. Now, Mustaine's point about going out on top isn't just talk. Their most recent album, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead, was a major success. It landed at number 3 on the Billboard.
Dave's the only original member of the band left. I mean, yeah, it's his band, but man, really, they call that stable. Okay.
200 chart, selling 48,000 units in the first week, which in the modern era is very impressive. So this was Megadeth's 8th top 10 charting album, putting them in an elite category of bands that have maintained that level of commercial relevance for decades. So their history is littered with massive records, from Countdown to Extinction hitting number 2 in 1992 to Dystopia also hitting number 3 back in 2016. This whole journey started.
He's actually ignoring Peace Sells and Rest in Peace? Really? Wow. Wow. Okay.
As you know, after Dave Mustaine was kicked out of Metallica all the way back in 1983, he quickly connected with former bassist David Ellefson, and that partnership formed the core of Megadeth. They released their debut, Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, in 1985, and immediately put the world on notice. But it was albums like 1986's Peace Sells, But Who's Buying, and especially 1990's Rust in Peace, that truly solidified their place in metal history. With the technical wizardry of guitarist Marty Friedman and the powerhouse drumming of Nick Menza, songs like Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, and Hangar 18 became anthems that blended pure thrash aggression with mind-bending technicality and stadium-sized music. So this is
In my opinion, there has not been another Megadeth album released that is the quality of Rust in Peace. That's my opinion. It came out when I was in my teenage prime, yes, and I mean, it's got a lot of personal sentiment, but yeah, nothing touches that album. Peace Sells was good. The other ones before that were good, but
obviously a major story in the world of heavy metal, and it begs the question, just a few years ago we saw that departure of bassist David Ellefson, and it makes you wonder, considering how important his role in this band's history has been, whether or not we could see him mending offenses, whether or not we could see him step up on stage one last time with Megadeth, just considering the history that they have together. I don't know if that's going to happen. It seems unlikely, but I think it would be a beautiful moment to share, considering how much they've accomplished together. Megadeth announcing they're going to be going on this farewell run. It's a sad day for metal anytime you see a legendary act like Megadeth stepping away from their career, riding off into the sunset. It just reminds you of how many great bands have come and gone, and really how much we've got to push forward. We've got to have new bands out here that keep this music that we all love and care about going. And now I want to show you this video message that Megadeth put out announcing their farewell.
Some say this is the end of times.
Interrupting! We need to go!
Get out of the cities. It's over.
This will be our last broadcast.
This is Vic Rattlehead. For over 4 decades, I've been chained in silence. But the end demands my voice. It is confirmed
This is cool.
the next Megadeth studio album will be the last. 40 years of metal, forged in steel, ending in fire. And when the new year rises, the global farewell tour. You've heard the warning. Now prepare yourself, Cyber Army. Stay loud, stay tuned, and meet me on the front lines.
All right, so there you have.
that was pretty cool. Haven't really ever heard him talk before. That was really, really cool. I like how they're finally using him not only as a picture, but a voice. That I like. That was awesome.
We don't have tour dates yet. We don't have a name of the album at this time, a release date or anything like that. We know this is all going to take place in 2026 from a tour perspective. You've got the memoir, Mustaine, and it says that this tour is going to last for several years. We saw that with Kiss as well. I do think that that's a smart decision. You don't just do one leg. If you're really going out on a farewell tour, I think it's reasonable to drag that out for a while so that you can hit all of the areas of the world that have supported you for as long as Megadeth has been around. So,
and like Ronnie Radke had issues with the tour dates being too close together and his voice going out because he's doing 6 shows a week, back to back to back to back. Yeah, stretch it out over years, do a couple of shows a week, a weekend show, and run it that way. Do not push yourself on your last tour. It's your last tour. You want it to be as perfect as possible, so you spread it out. You don't burn yourself out. You don't destroy everybody's drive. You don't hurt your voice. You give the people what they deserve. This is going to be a really cool tour. It's going to have amazing songs on it. Might actually have to go to it. We'll see.
Day, and they're going to be dearly missed, but as Dave Mustaine said, we should be celebrating their legacy, and I definitely intend to do that. So that is your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to...
All right, very interesting. Kind of looking forward to the tour, see what the dates look like, hear what this new album sounds like. We'll be doing more Megadeth reactions because I haven't really listened to any of the new Megadeth stuff at all. So we'll have to do some Megadeth reactions on the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Comments always welcome. Let me know what you think about this. Are you glad Megadeth's done? Are you hoping that they can do more after this? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody.